Dan the Natural Man Show. Hello everybody. It's Thursday, January the 8th, 2026. It's crazy, right? Time just keeps flying. So today I want to talk about weight loss. Okay? And the longer I work with people, the more I'm starting to think that the traditional way to lose weight may not be the most helpful way, because I'm always thinking about, I want my clients to get healthy, more robust, able to handle stress and still keep going. You know, build your health to such a high degree that you can resist a lot of things out there, because look, there's more and more things out there we have to resist. Everybody has to resist a lot of toxicity, a lot of stress. So we need to build resiliency. So traditionally, if you want to lose weight, a lot of people will go on very low calorie diets. And the problem with this is, I see a lot of women do this. They go on very low calorie diets. They might lose a little bit of weight. But the problem with most of these women, they stop losing weight. So they cut the calories even more. And they keep in this calorie deficit for years, sometimes for years. When you do this, you're actually weakening your health, you're weakening your body, you're weakening your health. You will be more susceptible to infections and stress and all these other things. Because if you want to go about losing weight through a calorie deficit, you should only really be in that deficit for 6 weeks to 12 weeks tops. And then you want to go back to more maintenance calories for a while. And then if you still want to lose more, you can go back to cutting calories. But there's another way to do it. I talk about muscle a lot because it is that important. Because I'm all about health and longevity. What's the point of living a long time if you're frail and sick and you can't get out of the chair anymore? What is the point of that? I know people like that, and it is just sad. No, what I teach, I want you to be strong and healthy throughout your lifespan, where you can actually participate in life and do things. You know, live. So here's another option. Start a strength training program. Eat at maintenance calories. You know, unless you're just hugely fat. But even if you're hugely fat right now, eat at maintenance, figure out your maintenance calories, and start a lifting routine, okay? And get stronger. Now you're going to you'll need a coach. You'll need a coach to do this if you've never lifted before, but do this for about 6 months. And here's even a more radical idea. If you want to make the results even more, like your strength levels go up even more in the 6 months, eat a little bit over your maintenance. Okay? We're talking 100 calories to 200 calories a day over your maintenance for 6 months. And get on a strength training routine, learn the compound lifts. And it doesn't have to be, you know, it could be variations of the compound lifts too. Find the things that work for your body and just focus at getting stronger at those things. Also focus on starting a walking routine or a cycling routine. Maybe 3 days a week. Not to kill yourself, just to get your blood going. And because it's really good cardio exercise to keep your blood going throughout the body, get your blood pressure down, all these things I'll talk about. And I know this might scare a lot of people because they're afraid they're going to get fat, okay? And you may already be fat. But I'm going to tell you something. Building muscle tissue it's the secret. It's the holy grail, it's the secret. Because after 30, we start to lose it. We start to lose the muscle tissue. This is one of the biggest reasons we have the metabolic changes, like lower metabolism, worse blood sugar control, blood pressure might go up, cholesterol may go up, because we're starting to lose muscle. Muscle is a metabolic active tissue. Muscle also affects the way our DNA works at the DNA level, the cellular level DNA. They know this now. is a big deal. When our body starts losing muscle and starts to get weak, it's almost like the body sends messages that this person is getting old and weak now, and we need to slow down the body processes and basically die. I mean, they're starting to show now that when you start a strength training routine, you start to build muscle and strength, your DNA starts to work like somebody who is younger than your biological age. I don't think they understand exactly why this is happening, but it's true, it's happening. So I'm more and more about building muscle. I mean, it's one of my pillars, you know. Coaches like me, we come up with pillars because we want our clients to understand how we can help them. So the pillar is muscle building. Of course, I teach a plant strong diet. I say plant strong because you don't have to go 100% to be really healthy. 80-85% you can be pretty healthy, and you have to look at your numbers, and you know, like there's going to be variations here and there. You look at your numbers, check your blood work. If you really are sick and want to get healthy, there'll have to be some things where you, okay, maybe a little less of this, a little more of this, okay? Nothing is a exact science because everybody is different. And then my third pillar, of course, is herbal medicine, because I have seen herbs over the years with clients, with my family, with my animals work absolute wonders. Herbal medicine. Make sure you get the quality herbs. You know, make your own using organic or wild-crafted herbs. Mountain Rose Herbs is a good one. Is it Mountain Rose? Mountain Rose is a really good place to get your herbs if you're going to make your own. Another place is Star West Botanicals. They're really good. There's another one I can't remember. Is it Pacific Botanicals? Maybe it's Pacific Botanicals. Or if you want to buy herbs to use, I highly recommend Dr. Christopher Brown. I don't make any money off Dr. Christopher Brown. I could, but I don't. But it's really good. I use his herbs exclusively for me, my family, my clients, my animals, and they never let us down. I had the honor to tour the facility where they make his herbs. They don't use any fillers or chemicals. Everything is as natural as possible. It's a well-run business, very clean, very upscale. And second to that would be Dr. Schultz's herbs. That's herbdoc.com. His stuff is more expensive, but it's really good too. But those two I really highly recommend. And I hear, now I don't use them, but I hear that Nature's Way is a pretty good brand. I can't vouch for those because I don't use them though. You just have to do your own due diligence right on that factor. So yeah, if you're scared to do, you know, the maintenance and lift, you can still lift in a calorie cut, and you can still build a little bit of muscle, but you're going to greatly reduce your ability to build muscle and strength when you do that. It's just an option. I'm not saying one's better than the other, but I'm saying the pros and cons, okay? As I get older and more experienced, you want to build a resilient, strong body, okay? The body needs to be strong and resilient. And the only way you can do that is through enough quality food and getting stronger against resistance. I mean, I prefer weights. I prefer barbells, dumbbells. I prefer specialty bars like trap bars, safety squat bars, things like that. You can also get strong on machines, but there is, I do believe that it's hard to replace the squat. And it doesn't have to be a back squat. It could be a body weight squat. It could be a Zercher squat, a front squat, a goblet squat. The squat is so important though, because it not only does it build strength in the lower half of your body, but it builds the ability to balance. That's why I also really like rear lunges and Bulgarian split squats, because they all build balance. And what do you hear about when people get old? A lot of people get older, 65 plus, and a lot of them, they fall. And a lot of times when they fall, they go downhill from there. I think these statistics, if you're 65 and older and you fall and break a hip, you're at a very high risk to die over the next year, because A lot of people that age break the hip, and that's another reason I believe in strength training, because the bones get weaker as we age, and strength training also strengthens the bones. I have female clients, their bone density goes up when we start training. I talk to other females at the gym I train at, and their bone density is going up. Osteoporosis can be prevented and reversed. They won't tell you that, but it can be. There's also herbs that I will recommend to take while you're training to help your bones get even stronger. But we're not going to talk about that today. I gave you some options there. I'm going to shut up now and you think about it. If you like this video, like and share it. Please subscribe to my channel. Check out my page, danthenaturalman.com. And remember, until next time, keep it natural.